thought
No,
process?
absolutely. Yeah, sure, it's a concern. And if you're familiar with the collective bargaining agreement, there have been some significant changes, made, for teams that exceed certain thresholds. But once again, over the last year, there's been some criticism, and when we traded Lamar, that it was just a way to, save money. I think this proves that, when it comes down to it, and I've always said it, certainly nobody, who owns a family-owned business doesn't want to make a profit so their business can survive and prosper. But when it comes down to it, Dr. Buss is a very competitive owner, and his family is also very competitive. And when it comes down to making a decision about a couple of dollars, or $1 million, or $10 million, or putting another banner up, he can't help himself. He chooses to go for the banner.
Mitch, based on your conversations with Dwight and Dan Fagan, how much of a risk do you think you are at that this could possibly only be a one-year deal?
Something we've had no discussions. The press conference started at 4 o'clock. They came into my office about 3:45, and I had a little private chat with Dwight that maybe lasted 4 or 5 minutes, and that was it.
So no point, even during the trade negotiations, there was nothing to gauge his interest in staying long-term?
No, in fact, our decision was really independent of anything you may have read, about what maybe his desires were or weren't. Our feeling was no matter what anybody says, let's just get him to Los Angeles, and we'll take our chances.
Mitch, thought process with that sort of winning takes care of things.
Excuse me?
So thought process a little bit, winning.
It's a little bit of everything I talked about. It's the organization, ownership, the city of Los Angeles, our ability to win games, surrounding Dwight with players that'll make it easier for him, to play the game, not have to burden, a load that's maybe not fair.
Mitch, what concerns did you guys have as an organization with his back?
Well, it's a concern, of course. I mean, somebody had back surgery, but I had 2 back surgeries, and I had it when they were using rocks and rebar had to open up the back. So today, 35, 40 years later, they're so sophisticated. Players come back in 6, 7 months, and we feel very assured that he's going to be back. We're hopeful he's back for camp. We're hopeful he's back to start the season. But we know he's going to be back and playing at a high level at some point in time.
How much do we have available to you to find out where he is, or how much damage there might have been, or how well the surgery went?
Just today, this morning, we're given permission to talk to his physician here, and then he expects a full recovery.
Is that I assume it's before you guys filed the paperwork?
That was before. Yes, but all players are subject to physicals anyway. Sure. So it didn't matter if it was before or after.